Hey everybody, today I'm going to do a review on the triple action turbo automorphing flip head figures. I believe this is the second complete set review of these on YouTube. I think there's only one other person who reviewed them. All these, as everybody knows, as I've told you guys before, they have a mechanism which, unfortunately, if you squeeze the leg, the arm will go up, and also the head flips. But using the feature, it's not necessarily a good idea, because if you do that, it's just going to make everything in the figure, very fragile, and it's going to break. And that's the problem, and that's why I don't recommend using that feature. I just recommend flipping the head over. Overall, the figures, they just look a bit too bulky. In addition to that, they just don't, at least they're not broken, but they just don't look visually sound. They look like they're about to break any second, and they look pretty bulky and just not set up well, to be honest with you. I actually didn't try the legs of Adam, and I realized that, and I did not try it when I first got it, so I'm going to do that in this video, because I want to kind of rate which ones are in the best condition and which ones aren't. Personally, I think Tanya's in the best condition because she still works. I've tried her before, and her leg feature still works, at least for right now. And she seems like she's in the best condition of the five because she has no rust, nothing really going on in the back. So I'm going to start out with Tommy here. This is Tommy. And I notice he does have a break in his plastic here. If you look very closely, there's like a break there. It's very hard to see on screen, but he's already breaking, as you can see. So that just goes to show you how fragile these figures actually are, because if they weren't this fragile, it wouldn't be breaking. And I notice this is also very stiff, the morphing feature, like especially when you're trying to flip his head over, it gets stuck. So this one I would say is in the worst condition. Of all the ones that I have, this one's in the worst shape because this one's about to break, and it has a lot of problems. Like, it just has a lot of issues going on in here, and unfortunately it's just going to be very difficult to repair this figure. If anybody could try, I'm not sure. It would just be very hard to repair this figure. So visually, Tommy's not that great. Now I'm going to move on to Justin. So Justin's a little worse visually than he is, but at least he's not broken, and at least his morphing feature works a little bit better. So this is Justin, right here. Now I'm going to go to Adam. Now I'm going to try Adam's legs. I'm going to see if they work. And actually, they do, but you kind of have to press it. So actually, this is interesting. So no, it kind of works. It kind of works. It doesn't work as well as Tanya does, but at least it works a little bit. So this one's actually not in bad condition. This one actually works somewhat. So that's pretty good. That's pretty nice. Actually, it still kind of works. I think you have to press it a little bit harder, but I think actually this one works a little bit. So that's good. These two are the worst ones. Justin and Tommy are the worst ones. And Tanya, of course, right here. And then we have Catherine. She's a little bit stuck too, honestly, but she's actually in one of the better shapes of all the figures I have. Now, overall, I give these figures a 4 out of 10. Now, that's a low number, but unfortunately, with the shoddy construction of these and the fact that they don't flip well and they just break very easily, I'm not going to give these figures a very good review because they shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have made these like this. And also, I don't like that the head sculpts of these four were the same. They should have made them at least a little bit different, or they should have made TJ, Cassie, Ashley, and Carlos. That would have been a good thing there, because unfortunately we didn't get flip heads of those four. We didn't get Power Rangers in Space flip heads. We got Mega Ranger ones, but we didn't get those. So we kind of got gypped. We didn't see any flip heads that were of that caliber, unfortunately, and they just made the original 5, and that was kind of disappointing because they already made these in Zeo and we already saw them, so it just feels kind of boring that you would see those figures again. And already Tommy's cracking, as you could see his and I just got him, so his figure's already cracking. That's probably because somebody kept squeezing the legs too much. And the stress and the pressure and all that stuff that's applied to it, I mean, eventually it's going to break down. That's what's going to happen, and that's why you got to be really careful with these and not mess with them much, because, I mean, these are all good. These are all not broken, at least not yet, but eventually these are all going to get just worn down and completely broken. And it's best to just not mess with them. I mean, this one, I'm actually surprised this one still works a little bit. This one works the best. This one's second best. This one's third best, fourth best, and that's the worst. Because this one, you can't even, this one, the springs are like just completely shot. So there's no way to, unless somebody was take the figure apart, there's no way you could fix Tommy. It's just impossible. But that's going to be my review today on the Triple Action Turbo Automorphing figures. I would not recommend buying these. They're not really the greatest line of figures. I would personally just buy Zeo because those don't really break as much. But that's my opinion. Thank you. Have a good day.